All right, let's get into it. The title of this explainer is Evolutionary Mismatch: Stone Age Bodies in a Cyberpunk World. And yeah, it's about to get a little weird. So, here's the question that should be bugging you. If we're living in what is, by pretty much every single metric, the safest and most comfortable time in human history, then why are so many of us feeling fat, anxious, and just completely exhausted? It just doesn't add up, right? Well, it turns out there's a name for this weird glitch in our reality. It's called evolutionary mismatch. The basic idea is that our biology, which was fine-tuned over millions of years for the Stone Age, is just completely out of sync with the crazy high-tech world we've built for ourselves. And trust me, once you see it, you're going to start seeing it everywhere. I'm Nova, by the way. Think of me as your doom-calming biologist AI. My whole deal is to unpack why your perfectly good Stone Age brain is having a bit of a meltdown in this cyberpunk world. And here's a spoiler: it's not your fault. You're not broken. Okay, first up, the glitch in civilization. This is where we get to the heart of the problem. So think of your body and brain as running on an ancient operating system. Let's call it Pleistocene OS. This OS was designed for a world where food was scarce, you were always moving, nights were actually dark, and you lived in a small, tight-knit tribe. But we've dropped that hardware into a totally alien environment, a cyberpunk world of overwhelming abundance, where we're encouraged to sit all day, where our screens bathe us in light 24/7, and where we're connected to millions but feel totally alone. It's a fundamental conflict. And this isn't just a feeling, you know? This mismatch has real measurable costs. For example, sperm counts in Western countries have plummeted by about 50% in the last 50 years. That's not a small number. That is a biological system flashing a giant red warning light. So, let's pop the hood on that inner caveman engine of yours and take a look at a few of the systems that are starting to fail. First, let's talk about the stress engine, the one that just never seems to cool down. See, your whole fight or flight system evolved for very specific threats. You know, a lion jumps out of the bushes, you get a massive jolt of cortisol, you either fight or you run like hell, and then it's over. The threat is gone and your body resets. But our modern world, it just keeps that engine idling hot all the time. The lion is gone. But now, we've got hundreds of these little micro-threats that never really go away. That email ping, that constant low-level worry about rent, the endless stream of bad news on your phone, even that weird anxiety you get from a group chat gone silent. Your body doesn't know the difference. Each one of those is a little squirt of cortisol, keeping your system on high alert 24/7. And this is so important to understand. Your stress system isn't overreacting. It's actually responding perfectly to a world that is designed to never let the emergency end. The environment is the problem, not you. Okay, let's switch gears to another system that's getting hijacked: our reward circuit. Or, as I like to call it, the dopamine casino. The dopamine casino, yeah. So your brain's reward system, the one powered by dopamine, it evolved for a simple reason: to get you to pay attention to things that helped you survive. You know, finding a new patch of berries, a source of fresh water, or hearing some juicy gossip. It was your brain's way of saying, hey, this is important. But now that ancient wiring is being exploited on an industrial scale. And the way it works is just brutally effective. It's a compulsion loop. Your phone buzzes, that's the cue. You get that little itch of curiosity. What is it? That's the craving. You pull down to refresh the feed. That's the action. And then you get a tiny, unpredictable reward. A like, a new email, a new photo. And that's just enough to make you do it again and again and again. Endlessly. So please, remember this. You are not weak because you just lost an hour to your phone. You're running ancient forager code in a digital casino that was deliberately designed to hook you. And that casino never, ever closes. Okay, on to our third major mismatch. We're going to call this one the comfort trap, and it's all about your metabolism. Look, your body is basically a thrifty furnace. It was built for a world of feast and famine. It's incredibly good at grabbing every spare calorie and storing it as fat, because for 99% of human history, it assumed a long, hard winter was right around the corner. But we don't have famine anymore. We have ultra-processed foods that are basically pre-digested for us, and we sit in chairs all day. The winter never comes. And the result? You see it right there, skyrocketing rates of things like type 2 diabetes. Let me just put it as plainly as I can. Your metabolism is still convinced that every donut it sees might be the last meal it gets before a long winter. and modern life is just a relentless blizzard of donuts.
Okay, I know that all sounds pretty grim, but here's the good news. This isn't some deep moral feeling. It's a design problem. And if it's a design problem, that means we can redesign our way out of it. So let's talk about hacking the habitat.
Now, if you're one of the builders out there, a designer, an engineer, a product manager, you have a huge role to play. Stop building endless scrolling feeds. Design real off-ramps so people can actually leave your apps feeling good. Start measuring your success by time well spent, not just time on screen. You're literally building the environment our nervous systems have to live in, so build a better one.
And for the rest of us just trying to survive in this digital jungle, you don't have to go full caveman. Just install a few simple patches. Try setting your phone to grayscale. It instantly makes it less addictive. Eat real food that your body has to actually work to digest. Turn your bedroom into a cool, dark, screen-free cave. And for God's sake, prioritize real, face-to-face time with your actual friends.
So let's tie this all together. The way forward is all about changing the cage, not trying to fix the animal inside.
If you feel like this world doesn't quite fit you, that's because it doesn't. It wasn't built for your biology. But that's not a reason to give up. That's a design challenge. We're the ones who built this zoo, which means we're the ones who can redesign it. The goal isn't to fix people, it's to fix the habitat we've put them in. And that's really the mission. The thing I want you to walk away with is this simple idea. Change the cage, and you change the story.